Dexter Jackson in a comparison between 2008 Mr. Olympia when he defeated Jay Cutler and won the title, arguably bringing his best Olympia physique ever, and his 2018 Mr. Olympia where he was placed 7th. The Blade is one of the most decorated bodybuilders ever, and one of only 3 bodybuilders to have won both Mr. Olympia and the Arnold Classic. The other 2 are Ronnie Coleman and Jay Cutler. Dexter in his peak was one of the most symmetrical and aesthetic bodybuilders ever. His powerful shoulders and traps, incredibly huge and aesthetic arms, wide lats and narrow waistline, along with separated quads, make him a potential winner at any competition, even against the best in the world. 10 years passed between the 2 contests, and you can clearly see that Father Time has taken its toll on his physique. His left biceps was injured shortly before the 2018 Mr. Olympia, and it shows in the front double biceps that it wasn't as impressive as it was in 2008. His lats do not look as symmetrical as they were, and his narrow midsection, which was always known for being ripped and aesthetic, became wider and less tight than it was. His quads faded a bit and lost that sharp separation they had. The front lat spread shows the width he has in his shoulders and the conditioning with the visible striations, but notice how less separated and flattened his left arm is due to the injury he had, and due to the tanning, which obviously was way better in 2008. His midsection was not as tight, and his quads lost considerable size and separation. The side chest shows that he almost replicated the same physique as he is hitting this pose, showing his right arm and not the injured left in 2018, which is still palmed and separated as it was. You can see the striations in his shoulders, chest, thighs and glutes, but his midsection was tighter in 2008. The back double biceps shows that he still has the incredibly massive and ripped shoulders. His left arm lost some size, but I think that his right arm has always been bigger overall. The main difference is that his lats were not as wide as they were, so he didn't have the same impressive V-taper he had, and definitely were not as hard or as sharp as they were. Nevertheless, his hamstrings and glutes were almost as conditioned, ripped and separated as they were in his peak. His rear lat spread is still impressive considering the time difference between the 2 contests. Obviously his lats were not as hard or as sharp as they were, but this is normal considering his age. You can see that his massive traps are still ripped and dominant, especially his upper traps, which show in the most muscular pose. The abs and thighs clearly shows that his midsection was tighter and better ripped in 2008. His quads were also better separated and massive. His lats sweep perfectly with his midsection in both contests. Obviously, age reveals itself in the midsection more than any other area, and it also shows in the physique's overall conditioning. The most muscular shows that he still has his incredible traps, which are arguably considered among the best in the world, along with those of Johnny Jackson. His chest and shoulders are ripped and striated, but you can see that his left arm is less separated and more flattened due to the injury. And you can see that his midsection is a bit bloated in 2018. His quads are definitely not as massive or as separated as they were. So these were the mandatory poses from both contests, with the exception of the side triceps because they are scarce from both contests and of low quality if available. Nobody would ignore that age has affected Dexter's physique, but nobody should ignore his love for the sport, his incredible achievements, his dedication and hard work. Dexter will always be one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time. That was all for this video. Thanks for watching, and have a nice one.